Their lives changed forever. But what's worse is we're not more safe in the bargain. That our standing in the world has diminished. That terrorists are recruited. That we find ourselves on the defensive. And we had no strategy long term to keep ourselves secure. We seem lost and rudderless. And we have an administration that can't admit the failures of its policies. And so, how did we arrive at this point?
George Bush!
It goes beyond George Bush.
It does.
And because what it has to do with is a cynicism that has infected us as a country. A sense that politics is a game, that politics is sport, that it's all about calling each other names and cutting each other and getting tactical advantage, and folks with the money and the special interests writing the legislation that affects our lives on a daily basis. And we don't feel like we can make a difference. We don't feel like we have an impact. We may not have the same challenges that the Lincoln generation faced. We are no longer divided against ourselves, half slave and half free, but we as a people are divided from our government. People say to me, you know, how is it that you're going to run for president? You've only been in Washington for 2 years. And I have to explain to them, well, listen, I've been a constitutional lawyer and a civil rights attorney and a state legislator, and I've passed legislation to help kids. But I said, I've been, you know, I haven't been in Washington as long as some of the other candidates in this race. Maybe it seems presumptuous, but I know that I've been in Washington long enough to know that Washington needs to change. And I'm going to change it with you. It is the smallness of our politics. It's the smallness and timidity and pettiness of our politics. Our incapacity to bring people together and get them to recognize not our differences, but what we have in common. Our common values and our common ideas.